Alright, so we're back. You probably already watched the previous video. Now we're into the video that I previously referred to in the previous video. Alright. Currently here right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting this gasket that I bought roughly 200 years ago. Look at the dust. Look at the dust on it. See the dust there? Look at the dust. Are you seeing it? Anyway, that's how long ago. Anyway, we're going to put it on there because that valve cover is leaking like a sieve, and I'm getting tired of it. All right? And it makes me think that all that misery that I went through changing the rear main seal was for nothing because it looks exactly like a rear main seal leak. So what I want to do is I want to change this gasket right here. All right? Go through the trouble of getting it off of there. And then probably within like 2 to 3 days, it's still leaking, which means it's probably the rear main seal. At which point we're not going to do anything about it unless it starts spraying Earl out like it did previously. So we got this, and because I changed the oil in this Jeep, I don't remember, sometime in the past, and I haven't driven it enough to warrant another oil change, but the oil in it is as black as my heart, and so I probably should go ahead and change it because it looks a little, you know. And we're trying to treat the CJ5 nice, you know. I didn't buy the most expensive filter a man could get. I got a, I don't know, it's a micro guard, all right. I don't know, it was $5, so it's probably pretty good. It's definitely better than Fram. We know that, because like a piece of Tupperware screwed onto it would be better than Fram, but that's not the point. The point is we're going to change the Earl in it, and I'm going to put some, like I did last time, which it seemed to like pretty good, is the diesel Earl, 15W40. Now, some people get emotional about this, and they say you can't do that and all that, that it froths up at high RPMs, the gas engines run at higher RPMs, and so it'll froth up and it won't lubricate and all. This Jeep's had the same Earl in it, probably for most of its life until I got it, so I went ahead and changed the oil in it all. It ought to be grateful that I'm paying any attention to it whatsoever, all right? This used to be like $12, $10. Now it's $20, all right? That's how much it is now. So I think it ought to be grateful. And this has got, as Vice Grip always talks about, it's got more stuff in it that the older engines need, so it actually is pretty good to use. And this engine is an extreme high RPM engine. So it'll be fine. So I really probably should change the oil in it first. Because, and I know what you're thinking, like, why would you do that, Rick Tram? Well, but let's just listen, don't interrupt, all right? What we're doing is, if we change the oil in it after the fact, when the Permatex is setting up on the valve cover gasket right here, you don't want to be sloshing fresh Earl all over this Permatex right here against your brand new gasket. So I'm thinking to go ahead and change the Earl in it first and let all that settle down in there into the oil pan for, 0.4 seconds. And then we'll go ahead and pull that off of there, clean it off with our brand new tool right here that I don't know if I showed y'all, but I finally broke down. This is my only second Milwaukee tool that I've gotten because I'm tired of the hose. I'm tired of the extreme high pitch. You know, when you're running the air hose, I'm tired of that. It makes me emotional. So I got this one. It's battery powered Ziz wheel. It's much nicer. And it ain't got this hose hung on to it that you're fighting like a one-armed inmate while you're trying to get in there on the gaskets. Okay? I don't want to do that. You don't want to fight a one-armed inmate. I don't either. All right? Certainly don't want to be doing it while I'm working on my classic AMC. Okay? So, that's probably the plan. I don't know that it's a good one, but that's probably what we're going to do. All right? And the good thing about the CJ5 is when you're thick, like me, thick, as the kids say, I can slide underneath this thing pretty easy because it's off the ground. All right? It's not like a Honda Civic. All these other ones I got, they're too low to the ground. I can't slide underneath it. My sternum is thick. All right? So I can get underneath this one pretty easy with the creeper. All right? Drain the Earl out of it. See how many metal particulates are in it. Do nothing about it if there is. Put the plug back in, and then we're going to give it some oil. I don't know how much it holds. I'm going to have to look it up. I want to say it was 5 quarts. Could be 8. I don't know. I have no idea. I've only changed the oil in it once. And, yeah, so we're going to do that. So there's no reason for you to see me struggling underneath the Jeep right now. So I'm going to turn off this and then pull the plug, drain all that, because I'm not fighting the camera underneath the Jeep for that. And then once we're back up top, then we'll turn the camera back on. How about that? Does that sound good? But while you're here, while you're thinking about it, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. All right? We've been doing good. Subscribers are still trickling in. They're still watching that big stick logging video. I get comments on that video all the time. I didn't realize that the big stick cowboy video over there was going to be so hot. I didn't know it, but we need to do more big stick action. And if you don't already know it, I've got a second YouTube channel called Red Bearded History. I've got 2 videos up on it, one on Fort Frederica down on St. Simons, and I got another one on Fort Mountain over near Chatsworth, Georgia. All right, both of those are up and live. That channel is growing pretty good, doing a lot better than the Red Clay Traveler channel did back in the day. Let me tell you what. All right, so go over there and smash that subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment, say hello. All right, say I look familiar from this other channel, this guy working on Jeeps. Might look familiar. Anyway, and you can even see my girlfriend Brittany on that channel. She's so worthy to be in those videos. All right, so you go ahead over there, take a peek at that, watch that. It's interesting stuff. Okay, interesting. We'll be back in a moment. All right. From a word from our sponsors of AMC Jeeps and working on them endlessly. Yes. All right, so we got the Earl drained out. Got the filter put on, and that oil didn't smell anything like gas at all. Like, not even a little bit. That's probably from back when it had the wrong carburetor on it, probably where it was flooding it periodically when it would do that because people wanted to put the wrong carb on this. There was a time after I changed the oil that I did run it, I think, with that other carb. So that's probably just a little, it wasn't crazy gas smell, but it definitely had a gas smell to it. So it's a good thing we're doing this for multiple reasons. It was pretty black. It was pretty dark. It wasn't crazy bad once you actually, got it smeared out. It wasn't just all jet black. But either way, you can't change the oil too much in something, really. If you change it every day, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. So, I determined that it was 6 quarts due to Brittany looking it up real quick. So, we're gonna put 6 quarts in this bad boy and go from there. Take our John Deere funnel right here. I wonder, with John Deere being the way it is, I wonder if this, funnel lid, if it was to break off, I wonder if John Deere would get upset if I was to, repair it. Or would you have to, go back to the John Deere dealership for 6 years and have them repair it? I don't know if that class action lawsuit they were in, I wonder if that covers their funnels, Good work, John Deere. Keep doing it. Anyway, yeah, there ain't no crap in this funnel at all. No, it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, so we gotta pour some of this good stuff in there. And I think there's 4 quarts in a gallon. That seems like what my college education would tell me. I think it is. So we're gonna pour some of this in there, and you're probably thinking, why is this man filming himself changing the oil? Well, maybe you ain't never changed the oil in a CJ5 before, all right? You ever think about that? Okay, there's videos of guys on here laying down plastic painter's sheets to change the oil in their F-150 in their driveway, and they're wearing, dish cleaning gloves and all that kind of stuff, all right? So if they can do that, why can't I film myself putting diesel oil in a CJ5, all right? So there's this. That's 4. And if I can remember, I think we need 2 more. I think so. All right, let's see. Yeah. So we'll try. The good thing about these old Jeeps, especially flat fender Jeeps, is the fender, you guessed, it's flat. So you can put it right there so you can see the quantity of Earl that you put in or maybe not have put in, so that's always handy. And the oil plug on this sucker, it's dangerously close to giving up the ghost. And, you know me, I'm real fond of tightening something until it's loose again. And it appears like somebody might have already Alabama Loctited it in the past. And so, I was tightening it down, it hits a hard spot, then it goes loose again, then another little hard spot, then it tightens on down. A little more than 2 quarts, we don't want to run her low. Anyway, then it got loose again feeling before it tightened up. So we just stopped messing with it at that point. So that's always good. I'm looking forward to that, going ahead and stripping out, at which point we can drop the oil pan so that we can tap the hole and put the next size oil plug in it, because that's what we want to do. I'm pretty excited about all that, doing that in the future. Seems like a good thing to do. But now we got 6 quarts of technically the wrong oil in this thing. You're looking at my back right now, which is high vis, so let's go ahead and rotate you a little bit. All right. Got the wrong oil in the right Jeep, so that's always good. Jan Deere flexi funnel, that's always good. All right. Now that we've done this, what we're going to do now is struggle to take this, it's really not going to be that much of a struggle. Just get oil all over my camera real quick. Take this valve cover off and put the cap back on. I like how the fuel line runs like this. I really don't know how it would have ran factory. I think it did run. I really don't know. I'd like to see one unmolested how it ran, but this one I've got all over this valve cover. But it's been working so far since I put another precursor filter before the main filter, and then of course the sock, or as I call it, the sock in the tank. It seems to have been working pretty good. So we're gonna release that spring that I've got in the hatchet wound on top of the valve cover for my return spring for my throttle. All right, we'll go ahead and pull these breather hoses out. Throw that one over there. Tangle it up in the fan. There we go. We'll lay this one out here. This we're just gonna pretend like it's not there. This hose is violently in the way for the heater core, which, you know, no reason for that to be hooked up, because you guessed it, it ain't got no heat. Really need to just take this out and plug it. But it does act as an absorber of heat, so it's not actually a bad thing to have there. It is trying to rub a hole through that. We're going to unplug this vacuum line right here that runs from the distributor. We'll unplug this, put that over here. Got this hose out of the way. Let's see. Put that bolt right there to hold that hose out of the way. And we'll get the battery powered ratchet, all right, and we'll all these out real quick. That's how Brittany tells me to get a drill, by the way. She says she calls a drill a because she can't remember the name drill or impacts. Everything's a all right, so we're going to get the and we're going to go ahead and them out real quick. That was a divider plate off of Dauntless engine. Oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you the best news since the other video's good news. Hang on, we're going to have to stop for a second. I forgot to tell you, okay? All right, let's go ahead and let's use our palms. All right, there we go. All right, you want to hear something? You want to hear something so exciting? It's really hard to calculate how exciting it could possibly be, the ramifications of it, the misery that'll come along with it and all that. I may or may not have sourced, you guessed it, if you're guessing right now, if you're a guessing person, all right, you guessed it, another Dauntless V6. See that one right there? He's going to have a brother, all right? He's going to have a brother that's got the air cleaner. It's even got the fan blade. that you can't get for these. You have to buy the universal ones and try to. This one's got it all. It's got the air cleaner. It's got it all. It's semi-local to me. Gentleman, a friend of mine that I've talked to on and off for years, called him up the other day, doing a little light duty BSing. All right, call him up, blah blah blah, talking about Jubal over here, that I was gonna need to finish up the Dauntless swap on it. And he's like, yeah, I've got that Dauntless I told you about before sitting out there in the shop. And he goes, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and sell it because I'm probably never going to get around to it because my truck's engine's too good to take out, honestly. He goes, so I think I might sell it. And I said, well, hang on now, buddy, friend, pal, comrade. What do you want for that dang old Dauntless, all right? So he tells me it's an agreeable price. It's local to me. He's a good friend. So I'm going to go snatch it up. My only question was, I know you've had it for a long time, friend, comrade, pal, amigo. Is it stuck? And he said, well, I'll go take a gander real quick, light duty gander, see if it turns. He went out there, he texted me about 45 minutes later, says it turns freely all the way around. So I said, consider it the Wreck Lake Travelers. All right, so we're going to get it. And now you're sitting there wondering, you're probably asking yourself, what in Sam hell are you going to do with another Dauntless? You already got a Dauntless Wreck Lake Traveler. My God, it's right there behind you. It's right there. You're right, it is. That ain't for this truck. All right, it's for the other truck. That's right, it's for the 49 two-wheel drive Willys out there in front of the barn. Okay, it's for that one. Because just imagine with me, if you will. All right, think about the level of completion. All right, Matt J., you said I was living my best life. Imagine a real best life. Imagine a best life where you walk out in the morning. All right, and you're out there. It's the crack of dawn. Maybe there's a hell beast dog barking in the background, or maybe some chickens or something. But anyway, and you're trying to decide, you're standing there in your driveway and you're trying to decide which truck you're going to drive to your gainful employment, whether it's going to be your flatbed 49 Willys 4x4, this one, Jubal, right here, or if it's going to be your equally sick, regular step side, sick, two-wheel drive 49 Willys Overland truck with its sick, delicate ashtray up in the dash up here, and it's even more sick oval pedals. Okay? Trying to sign that, and not only that, both of them got Dauntlesses, dual and Dauntlesses. And hell, if the engine ever goes out on the CJ5 in here, maybe we put a Dauntless in the old CJ5 too. It's nothing but Dauntlesses. It's like Oprah's show. Everybody gets a Dauntless. You get one, I get one, everybody gets one. All right, so we're going to take that two-wheel drive Willys, because originally I was going to put the F head or the L head in it. But you know what? If the Dauntlesses are out there and I can get them, all right, you go ahead and get it over here. We're going to slam it right here. Slam it like that in there, all right? The only problem with this scenario is I need a transmission for it, all right? So I'd like some of y'all's opinions on what transmission I were to pair to that Dauntless to put in the two-wheel drive Willys, because it's a two-wheel drive truck. So it's going to be boot scoot and boogieing around town, all right? It's going to be it's going to be the shop truck, whatnot. This is for the awesomeness, all right? So the two-wheel drive one's the one you go to the work with, you go out to the Piggly Wiggly with, whatever you want, all right? I'm going to change the rear end on that truck because it's got that Timken clamshell rear end of pain, all right? That's what they should call it. They should have called it that back in the day, the rear end of pain. Pain in your rear end, that's what they should call it, all right? Because it'll just kink grenade, and then there ain't nobody in there, brother, ain't nobody around that knows how to work on it, and I ain't willing to try to figure it out because I don't like it, all right? So we're going to snatch it out of there, and this will upset some of y'all, but I'm probably, and it's hypocritical, probably going to put a Ford 9-inch in it, and it's only because they're almost the right width, and their lug pattern's the same. Now, I've also read that you can put a Chevrolet rear end on them, but I am capable of admitting, even though I hate Ford, that the Ford 9-inch rear end was something to be proud of. It's one of the very, very, very few things that Ford ever did that should ever be acknowledged as good, but it is one of them. It is one. And they're pretty easy to find because Fords make up 95% of the junkyards in the continental U.S., so they're easy to find. They're everywhere. And they ain't never got no miles on them because they don't run long enough to wear them out. So we'll just get one out of a junkyard, all right, slam it underneath the two-wheel drive Willys with a preferable gear ratio, all right, maybe 373. you know, maybe 410, whatever Fords are. I don't know what Ford ratios are, but something in that realm, something that'll get up and, you know. The transmission, I've read stuff about T14s and T15s and T98s and all kinds of different stuff. So if y'all have one laying around that y'all had experience with or you liked it paired to a Dauntless, let me know, because I need to find one to pair to that, because that truck will go faster, because I already know how to do it from this truck. Because believe it or not, like I've said in every video for the last 6 months, all we gotta do is just weld these bloody mounts on, and then we're out there just lighting non-directional tires, okay? That's all we gotta do, all right? So we already know this kit's good as far as mounting the engine. We do it to that truck. It doesn't have an engine in the way, so we just snatch it out, pull the tranny out of it real quick, slam it in there, exhaust, brakes, rear end. Get it, all right? Yeah. So that's very exciting news. Dual exhaust on 2 different 49 Willys. I need to get a wagon, put a Dauntless in it. Jeepster, Dauntless in it. Get a, you know, maybe a panel delivery. You guessed it. Yeah, I like where you're going. Dauntless in that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every damn Willys I got, you guessed it, Dauntless power. And maybe I get one of the Dauntless 350s, because they made the V8 that they called it Dauntless. So maybe you get one of those and you just sneak it in one too. Maybe a Dauntless 350. Anyway, we're back to the CJ5 now. Just keep that in mind. Think about that level of sickness. If you're jealous, it's all right. I'm jealous of myself. All right. Sometimes I think about it, like how did me, with my bald head and flamboyantly red beard, end up in a situation where I'm Willys rich, Dauntless rich? How'd that happen? I don't know. Anyway. We're back over here now, and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get the 6 in a row ready to tow dialed in. Brittany's giving me dirty looks over there. I don't think she finds it amusing as I do. I don't think she's as excited about the Dauntless as I am. All right. It's just because she don't know. It's just she don't know. Can't blame her. Poor girl. Never exposed to none of this. Okay. I believe this is a 3/8. Now, why I picked up a 1/2 inch, I don't know, folks. I believe it is a 3/8. All right. Oh, yeah, it is. Ooh, it's not even tight. Yeah, right on. Can you rotate the camera slightly for me, girl? Yeah, well, there you go. Thank you. You don't really need to be super close. I'm just taking these bolts out and rambling at you because I ain't spent a lot of time with y'all here lately. All right? I'm saying I'm throwing my voice because that's how all Southerners talk in any movie you ever seen. They all talk like, you know, lightly and all that kind of stuff. You know, everybody knows that's how we all talk. Everybody knows, you know. Everybody's just gone with the wind down here, you know. And of course, we got a random bolt here that's not even the right size and not the right bolt, so we'll skip that one for a second. Get you on over here. Yeah, buddy. All right. If you can't tell, oh, there's another wrong bolt. Yeah, buddy. Dauntless action's getting me excited. You can't have too much Dauntless in your life. Now, I'll probably go through this one as well and change the timing chain and just do a once over on it, just like I did the other one. Just generally an engine that's been sitting for a while, that's not a bad idea to do. So, probably do that. So, we're just talking about thousands and more dollars and stuff and a bunch of time and stuff that I don't have, but that's fine. We'll just, you know, it's never mattered before. Why in the world it matter now? You know? You know what I'm saying, Brian Poole. You get me. You know Matt J. You get it. John Doe. I know y'all know. Surely you know. I feel like you know. Do you know? Do you know Brian Poole? I feel like you do. And both front bolts are the wrong bolt. Which the right bolt's whatever bolt it works, so that means they're the right bolt in the wrong spot. It's really more of a philosophical question, I suppose. Anyway. Alright, let's see if we can get this monstrosity. Oh! Is there one in the back? Yeah, there sure is. There sure is. And there's one in the front. What? And this one must have been stripped, or it's too long, because they got a nut spacer on that one. That's how you know it's a real professional job. Yeah. You know what? You can't blame them. They just wanted to go Jeep it, you know? They just want to Jeep it real hard. Can you blame a man for just wanting to Jeep it? I don't think so. I think I told y'all the story about where I got this Jeep. I got this one up in Tennessee. And it was quite the encounter. It was a strange thing. It wasn't nothing sketchy about it at all, you know, but doesn't matter, we got it now. Ooh, there it goes. Ooh, come on, let go. Let go. Let go. Stop. Let go. Let go. Let go. Thank you. Ow. Alright. Here's a valve cover with our hatchet wound in it. Other than that one spot right there, y'all might remember this if any of y'all seen this. We were to paint this when we get it off, but we're not going to. Anyway, this looks like somebody hit it with a hatchet right there. I didn't have a good spot to hook my return spring for my throttle, so I went ahead and hooked it in there, then permatexed it because it pumped oil out right there. So yeah. It's actually not too dirty on the inside. Let's see what our valves look like. Any of them jacked up or anything. This engine don't tick or rattle or nothing. It actually is runs pretty dang good. I think this gasket's just oil soaked. They didn't put any Permatex on it at all, which some folks will tell you not to and all that. And we've talked about that in the past on the channel, and it don't hurt nothing. You don't have to go crazy on it, but it don't hurt anything to go ahead and put some on it. So we're going to put some on this one. It does have an orientation. The rear hole is offset, the front hole's in the center. So that's worth noting if you're doing this. Let me get some paper towels. And they fall off the hole. Right on. That's actually good because this won't need much cleanup at all for this. Gonna have to do it like a layman in the back because I can't reach it in the front. But this is making it nice for the side action. And it's so much quieter than the other one. You know, not so much of that high-pitched screaming. Like Quint says in Jaws, the high-pitched screaming and the hollering. You know, it ain't like that. I don't think it'll fit in here. Of course it won't. Why would it? No. Damn. It's because I got these sporty headers on here. That's the reason. Well, that's tears and sadness. All right. Have to get a piece of something in there. Dang it. This was going smooth until this. Son of a biscuit. CJ5 will fight you. It'll fight you like it's got something to lose, and then it'll keep fighting. Nobody knows why, but it will, no matter what, keep fighting you. I'm trying to think, I don't know if I got any sandpaper or anything to get in there right now. Of course don't. Why would I? Why the hell would I? This ain't as pleasant as I thought it was going to be. Of course, it never is. So, I don't know why I'm being silly thinking it would be like quick or easy or pleasant. I think one side will probably seal dramatically better than the other, which is always good. There's not a whole lot of pressure cooking through here, but there's enough to ooze out. It's probably going to be better than it was. That's really all we're looking for, isn't it? Mildly better than it once was. Alright. We'll call that good enough. And snap out the Permatex. Well, actually, let's sizzle this off real quick. This bad boy. Pretty good. Yep, sure is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is Permatex this, put the gasket on it, then Permatex that over there a little bit, then set it on there, glue it to this first, because I can actually see it to line up the holes, which will make it a little bit more pleasant, theoretically. We're just going to put a nice even coat on here. This takes up for any defects in the metal, and you know, this is old and it's, you know, covering oil and oil impregnated and everything else, so this will take up some slack in the pits and whatnot in the metal. A lot of guys don't want to use it. That's fine. You don't have to. But I've never had it harm anything by using it. on perfectly machined surfaces, you can get away without any kind of gasket maker or TV or Permatex or whatever, but it's not going to hurt you. We're not working at NASA here, you know. It's exciting y'all watching this, isn't it? You'd rather see me working on dueling Dauntless, and I don't blame you, I'd rather be doing it too, but one step at a time, gentle folk, alright? One step at a time. Alright, that's probably pretty good for right now. We'll get the gasket out. And when we get done, we'll just push the Jeep out because we won't crank it while this is still wet. So we'll just push it out real quick. And, this looks like a horribly wrong gasket. I think it's just misshapen from being in the thing. I think is what it is. Shirley, please. I don't know. It says it's for this Jeep, so I think it's just misshapen, isn't it? No, that ain't faxing. That ain't working. That ain't working either. Misery and suffering. I don't know where I actually got this from. This gasket. I probably got this off Amazon. No, there it is. It's just stupidity. That's all. It's just sheer stupidity. Just gotta put it on there like you mean it. It is misshapen, horrendously deformed. This is going to be pleasant trying to fight this thing in there since it's not formed right, and it wouldn't be any easier trying to hold it in place there. go. Please. What in the hell? All right. More than tight enough, honestly, because I don't want to go too much, but it doesn't, the gasket's still moving around a little bit underneath it, which is kind of strange. Of course, the Permatex hasn't set up yet, so. So it's probably good enough. Don't want to go too much tighter than that. So now we got that done. That's got it set up. So that'll be it for now, folks. I don't know if we'll take the 5 out tomorrow or not. I'd like to. But I don't know if we will. Got to make sure this isn't leaking worse than it already was. But yeah, so hopefully it'll be better. I don't know. If not, we can buy another $5 gasket and do it again. You know. But until next time, remember, Jeeps for life, Willys for life. Regular Traveler loves you deeply. Your CJ5 loves you as well. You just have to love it back. It's a little greedy. It wants you to love it first, but it does love you. All right. No matter what, straighten your gaskets out before you try to use them. All right? Like preemptively plan. Something I'm not good at. Until next time, I am the Regular Traveler. Get it. Yeah, get it. Get it, yeah.